Today I wanted to talk about a plant which hasn't come out of the ground yet. It's beginning of May, and this is ground woundwort. It's Stachys palustris. It's a common perennial plant from Northern Europe, which comes out of the ground quite late. Probably the last plant to emerge in meadows in mid-May, because it survives winter as underground organs like swollen rhizomes, which actually could be called tubers, and they are very nutritious and used to be eaten in Poland. But what is interesting also, rodents, especially voles, like them and store them underground. And in my recent foraging workshops, we discovered a beautiful stash of these tubers. Such hordes of tubers and nuts underground were often raided by various communities across the whole world, Native Americans, as well as people in Siberia. So it's really interesting to follow these steps and actually do it yourself and try to find such a storage of edible plants and see how it feels. It's like discovering a treasure. It is spring, so we didn't actually steal the food which enabled survival of winter. Now voles have plenty of food and the rhizomes are turning into plant shoots, so it doesn't really matter. So we are just clearing the field. A nest of marsh woundwort rhizomes in one place, collected by voles. Amazing. Sometimes you can find even kilos of it left after winter, so we're not gonna rob them from winter food. Let's excavate it. Ah, this is amazing!
Co to jest?
This is horsetail. Tu taka bulwka skrzypu. Wow. A hole filled with rhizomes. We're gonna revenge for all those years of mice and other rodents destroying our books and clothes and going into our houses. It's spring, so you know. Wow. Oh ho ho. Amazing. So in the old times in North America, Native Americans, and in Siberia, people would follow the trails of rodents and look for traces of them eating these kind of things. And they would steal beech nuts, pine nuts, rhizomes like this, you know, bulbs, because they do hoard them for winter.
Pokaż, ile w koszyku już jest.
Look at that.
Yes, the whole basket from one hole.
Look
Even
at this,
more,
look at this.
and also these horsetail bulbs. Another handful.
Pokaż koszyk.
Będę kopał.
Wow.
Próbuję.
Another handful.
Pokaż koszyk.
Będę kopał.
Wow.
Próbuję.
Idzie w górę.
Another treasure.
Where is my treasure?
Oh,
Wow,
This
look
is my
at
treasure.
this.
Did you just hit gold again?
wow.
Cały kanał.
The channel, you see, the whole channel.
Ale tyle to roboty, nie?
No.
Tak sobie wyobraźcie, małe zwierzę, ile to
Ile ona
musiało...
tu musiała
Ile to...
Zawsze to samo myślę o miodzie, nie?
Teraz, o, wyciąga.
Ja tylko garściami.
Oh wow.
Wiesz, Kuba, co to znaczy wiara?
Oh wow.
No,
Oh wow. The rhizomes and the bulbs are just spilling out from holes everywhere. Mamy prawdziwy skarb. Kolejna.
Chyba za małe ty
4.5 kilos of marsh woundwort with horsetail bulbils. Quite a lot. So now we just fry the rhizomes. They really taste like best chips, like best ever. Really, really like potatoes. They have various carbohydrates. The problem with this species, it contains some oligosaccharides, stachyose and raffinose, which are not digested by humans. So maybe you might have some gases, but after frying it disappears. Now something must happen. Maybe these carbohydrates break down, because they are really, really nice to digest after frying, and also lacto fermenting them is very good. And we ate them many times raw and it was fine, and kids in Poland used to dig them out of the ground and eat them just raw, and peasants would add them into soups and they're also fine. So it's a really nice edible plant. It's really not so common to find a lot of it now. It used to be very common in the fields, but now it's destroyed by chemicals, and it's more and more difficult to find it. I really, really like it. And as far as these tubers are concerned, I actually confuse these names, often say bulbs, but this is a problem with Polish, because in Polish bulwa it's a tuber, so I should call them tubers in English. So these horsetail tubers can be eaten raw. They taste like coconut. Amazing coconutty taste. Really tasty. Quite hard to find, although horsetails produce a lot of them. And probably all the species of horsetail produce these tubers. So around the place we found this, there is quite a lot of forest horsetail, Equisetum sylvaticum, but also giant horsetail is there, but I think they were quite small, so I would say this is Equisetum sylvaticum.